there, my name is Nate. I'm the Director of Product Development here at Denali Electronics, and today we're filming in the Denali Design Lab because we want to show you guys our newest product. We've been working on this for over a year, and it's hands down the coolest and smartest way to control auxiliary lighting that we've ever seen. So here it is right here. It is our DialDim controller. This is the controller, and this is the super fancy switch that goes with it. Today we're going to be installing this full setup on a Honda Africa Twin to give you guys an idea of how it goes into a vehicle, as well as what it can do once it's installed. So here we have the whole DialDim controller kit laid out on the desk, and let's go over the various components of the kit. So right at the top, this is the brains of the whole unit. This is our controller, and off of the controller, most notably, is your 4 circuit leads. These are the 2 left and right light leads for your main lights, and these are the green circuit leads for your visibility lights or your second set of lights. This is where you connect to batteries, typical battery leads and a fuse. And then this is where you plug in your switch. Here is the DialDim switch, and that also comes with a handlebar mounting band for motorcycle. Then the other part of the controller is that this controller has so many unique features that we access those features using our trigger wires. So this simply plugs into the harness, and you can see here the various trigger wires to unlock all the features of this harness is going to be your ignition, right turn, left turn, horn, and high beam. Now, this is the complete universal version, which can just be posi tapped into those circuits on any motorcycle, Jeep, truck, ATV, anything. We also make plug and play components to make that portion of the install completely plug and play, and we'll show you that in just a second. And then we also include all the wiring length that you need. So there's 4 5-foot extensions for routing all the way from the back of the vehicle up to the front where you mount all your lights. So to transform this kit from a universal product to a vehicle-specific product, we just need to swap out this universal trigger wire harness for a vehicle-specific one. So right here, we actually have the one that we just prototyped for the Africa Twin 1100, and you'll see instead of the 5 individual posi taps, this just plugs into the main controller, and you have plug and play connection to the vehicle for all those same circuits. So this, for the Africa Twin 1100, is a large 12-pin connector that's picking up high beam and switched power. This is a relay that we're using to actually convert the high beam trigger from ground switched to a positive trigger switch. And then you see routed to the back of the bike on the Africa Twin, this is going to plug in line to pick up your left and right turn signals, and this is what you plug in to pick up your horn. So that's what we're going to be putting in this Africa Twin 1100. Okay, so right now we've got the whole DialDim harness installed in this Africa Twin 1100. On this bike, the controller actually fits best right here up underneath the left side fairing. Because of the location of the battery, we're able to route the wires right under the tank without having to move it right to the battery box here. And then off the controller comes the 2 blue circuits for your lights and the 2 green circuits for your lights. And then this is the main wiring adapter that you saw, that large 12-pin connector. This is what we're hooking up to the bike, plug and play, to get access to the high beam trigger and the switch power wire. And then the horn wire is routed right down, plugged into the horn. And the last thing that we had to do was to pick up turn signals. And on this bike, we actually had to pick it up in the rear because the rears actually cancel. They don't run. In the front, they run, so that would cause some funkiness. So our harness is long enough to come all the way back. And that's what these 2 turn signal connectors, the orange and the blue, are plug and played right in. And that is the complete install of the DialDim controller. It's really that simple. Then we're just hooking up our light leads to the controller. And remember, again, your main lights, you're going to want to hook up to the blue circuit labeled left and right. And your visibility lights, you're going to want to hook up to the green circuit. And that's how we have this Africa Twin set up. So we're going to throw the panel back on and show you how this thing works. All right, so we've routed the switch right up to the handlebars, and you can see just how OEM that looks integrated on this switch gear here. When we key the bike on, you're gonna get that green flash, and that's actually a battery voltage monitor. So that's letting you know that your battery voltage is healthy. If your battery voltage was low, it would actually flash red. So that's one of the first unique things that our DialDim switch can do. So now we're looking at the front of the bike so you can see all of these features in action. So right now the bike's off. Greg's gonna key the bike on, and we have both of our light sets off. So to turn on light set 1 is just a single click, and that's the blue circuit. You'll see that light sets 1 is on. He can dim them up and down. And then if you want to turn on your second set, which is our amber DMs, it's just a double press of that center button, and that's going to be your green circuit, and you can dim those up and down. So one of the coolest features that we baked in here is the canceling of the main light with your turn signal and the flashing of your visibility light with your turn signal. So that's an awesome feature. It works completely out of the box without any programming. The only thing you need to know is that if you want that feature, you simply plug in that portion of the plug and play adapter. If you don't want that feature, you just don't plug it in. So it gives you all the flexibility without having to mess with programming in the computer. And here we can take a look at what that high beam trigger does. The lights are just gonna jump from whatever intensity you have them up to full intensity with your factory high beam. And last but not least, we have the strobe with horn feature baked into the controller. So when you beep your horn, your lights are gonna strobe. And just like the turn signal feature, if you don't want that feature, you simply don't connect that piece of the wiring harness, and then you get to have whatever setting you want without having to mess with software. So the last feature we're gonna show you guys is probably one of the coolest things that the DialDim controller can do, and it is so unique. We haven't seen anything like this on the market before. We actually have a provisional patent out for it. And what it does is it's the ability to set the fuse values for each of your lighting circuits right from the switch. So Greg's gonna go ahead and turn this on. We've deliberately set the fuse low on this D7 circuit, so as he dials it up, the intensity up, it trips the circuit. So when the circuit trips, the halo turns red. Now it only turns red on the circuit that's tripped. So if he double clicks to go check out his DMs on the green circuit, they're still fully operational, no issue there. If he clicks back, we're gonna see that that D7 circuit is still tripped. So in order to reset this, you simply just press and hold, and that's the same equivalent as turning off the lights. You're gonna continue to hold, both lights turn off, another 5 seconds, and it's gonna enter the fuse setting mode. And that's recognized by the flashing halo. So that was the green fuse value setting mode, and now he's in the blue, and he's gonna dial this up to the desired fuse value and just press to cancel out. In the instruction manual, as well as printed on the controller, on the inside of that ring, we show you guys those fuse value references so you can understand exactly what each of those 8 settings is as an intensity, but also as a fuse value when you're setting your fuse value mode. So now we can go ahead and turn everything back on, and you'll see that he can dial those things to 100% intensity, and everything is good to go. So now you guys can see it really is that simple to get a premium auxiliary lighting system on your Africa Twin 1100. I do want to point out that this DialDim controller is completely universal. So in this video, we used the vehicle specific component to plug it into this Africa Twin, but the main controller itself is completely universal, can be tapped into any vehicle from motorcycles to ATVs to Jeeps and trucks. And we will continue to develop more of the vehicle specific plug and play components to make the installation on all of your other vehicles as simple as it was on this Africa Twin 1100. So please like and subscribe. We're going to be putting links down in the description for all the products that we use, and links back to DenaliElectronics.com where we go over all of these products and all of these installations in more detail. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.